For the past couple of years, maybe 5 or 6, I have been seeing this growing sentiment about this loneliness epidemic. I am not calling it the male loneliness epidemic, because there has been plenty of women that also complained about this. Every time I see a video about it or a tweet about it, there is one sentence that pretty much always appears. It goes something like this: we're currently living in an era where we are connected more than ever, yet we're lonelier than ever. Always, without fail, people are saying this when mentioning the male loneliness epidemic. And I'm here to tell you, this sentence is the biggest self-report one can tell about themselves. It is true. We're currently living in an era where we're connected to everybody, not just your friend group in a single area, not just your town, not even just your country, everywhere. And you mean to tell me that you cannot manage to make a single friend? Really? You can currently live in Bulgaria, chat with a person from France, have a friend from Japan, and be in a long-distance relationship with someone from Azerbaijan, and you cannot make a friend? People are crying that men are lonelier than ever. Men don't have true friends. They cannot find relationship partners. How? Let's say you're in school, right? You've been 12 years in school, most of us. So let's use those 12 years. First 7 years in middle school, you, alongside 30 other people, most times it's either 25 or 30, sit together for 6 hours every day for 7 years. And you didn't make one friend? Not a single one? And let's say you didn't, then you have high school, another 4 years, another batch of 30 new people. You still didn't make a friend? Really? 4 years with 30 people every single day for 7 hours, even more than that. I was in a German language school. We were required our first year to be in school for 12 hours a day. If you were in my position, would you still not have a friend? Because here's the thing, right? It's not that you cannot make friends, it's that you do not want to. Did you ever go to someone and start a conversation? Did you ever try to show interest in someone new? Did you ever try to make the first step? Or did you wait? Did you wait for this miraculous moment where someone graciously would come to you and say, I want to be your friend for now and forever? Did you think someone is going to miraculously come to you? It does not work like that. You have to make an effort. People do not owe you friendship. You have to show some interest. You have to put some effort. Even if you did have a friend, did you try to deepen your relationship? Did you ask them to go out with you? Did you ask them how their day was? Or did you wait, do nothing, and just think that everything is going to be alright without putting any effort from your part? I'll tell you, I know that you didn't. Socializing is not easy. We are social beings, but having the ability to socialize is not easy. So what do humans do when something is hard? Well, two things. They either do it despite all the hardship or try the easy way out. What's the easy way out? Not doing anything. Staying in the corner, shutting the fuck up, not meeting anyone. However, here is the thing. It is easy to not socialize. It is comfortable even. But at the end of the day, we are social beings. We want people to be around us. And yeah, you will be alright for a bit. Maybe you'll be fine for a year, 2. But then as the years accumulate, you start to look around. Nobody to call. Nobody to go out with. Nobody to ask you, hey man, how have you been? You forced your loneliness on you. You excluded yourself from the tribe. People are saying, oh, in the past we had tribes, everyone knew each other. In the past, you would have done the same thing. You would have willingly excluded yourself from the tribe. There would have been 5 people in your village and you would know none of them. And this fear of socializing has been getting worse and worse. Do you want to know an easy way for men to make friends online? Video games. As far back as 10 years ago, I would play with some people on Team Fortress 2 or Payday 2 or, I don't know, CSGO. I would use the most broken English you have ever heard. But just because we liked each other, just because the vibe was immaculate, we would add each other after the match, join up a lobby and start playing the whole day. Then we'd add each other on Steam and play the next day and the next day and the next day, and the friendship was formed from people that are probably living in 5 different countries. Some people that I met on League of Legends, on CSGO, on Team Fortress I still talk to. They're still dear friends of mine. Now admittedly, have I met them in real life? No, I have not. These motherfuckers live on the other side of the planet. But I still talk to them. I still have someone to talk to play with, to converse with. That's more than enough. If you're so lonely, you have the tools. You have the ability to find someone. However, nowadays, you cannot even beg someone to talk on voice chat. For example, I'm playing Marvel Rivals. I try to start a conversation, to talk with people. You either hear nothing, or the only time someone is going to open voice chat the entire match is to tell you to shut the fuck up. And that's not just on Marvel Rivals, that's on Arc Raiders, that's on CSGO nowadays, that's on Rainbow Six Siege. You have the tools are in your disposal, you refuse to use them, and then you cry how lonely you are. It's like stabbing yourself with a knife and then crying about how much it hurts. You did it! You stabbed yourself? Why are you crying now? You had every opportunity not to stab yourself, but you did it. Why are we crying now? You have video games, you have Discord channels, you have chat lobbies, you have subreddits, you have so many opportunities to meet people that not only you might befriend, but people that clearly have your interests, and you refuse to do anything. You don't talk, you don't chat, you don't enter message boards, you don't enter Discord servers, you start having seizures thinking about commenting under a Reddit post because you might have blowback. How are you supposed to meet people? I will give people that go talk about male loneliness epidemic one thing. They are correct. We currently are living in the era where people are the most connected. This is factually true. Not 50 years ago, me, a person from Bulgaria, would not be able to meet anyone outside of Bulgaria, anyone outside of my city, let alone Bulgaria. And that's pretty much the case for most Balkan countries, and I am willing to bet every country on the planet. Now that we have this power, that we have this ability to meet people that we pretty much would never have known existed, you refuse to use it. You willingly put yourself in a loneliness epidemic. You pretty much willingly excluded yourself from the human race. And you're crying about it. And that's just the internet. At least the internet has some kind of barrier between you and the other person, and you're still scared. You're still socially inept. Now what about the real world? What about meeting people in the real world, in your town? You were scared to talk to people in your school when these people were with you every single day for 7 years, for 4 years, 6 hours a day. You refuse to try to befriend any of them. Now that you're not in school, probably, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think someone is going to knock on your door, you're going to open it, 50 people are going to be standing there, and they're going to say, "Hey, X person, we're ready to be your friends"? What kind of fantasy world do you think you're living in? To meet new people, you have to go out, but you refuse to. I'm too scared to meet new people. Oh, I don't want to bother them. Oh, they might think I'm crazy or strange or something. Oh, they might not like how I look. Even if all those things are correct, there's 7 billion people on this planet. If one person doesn't like you, go to the next. But you're so scared, so emotionally driven back that even the thought of speaking to a total stranger scares you. So what do? You hold back, you do nothing. You just look from the sidelines and cry how society is so unfair to you. There is no loneliness epidemic. There's just lazy people. There's people who are scared. There's people that do not want to do anything to make their situation better. And I have some kind of sympathy for you, you know, because not having friends is a personal problem that I also had. In school, I was the loner, I was the quiet one, I was the person that would rather not do anything. Why? Because I was self-conscious. I am disabled. I've talked about this multiple times already on this channel. I look like a velociraptor. I am not kidding. I am the antithesis of everything that reviewers say a man should be. I am ugly. Well, no, I'm not ugly. I'm like a 6 on a good day, but a 5. I'm average. I am disabled. I look like a fucking velociraptor. I stutter. I barely can make a good enough sentence. I couldn't look at people's eyes. I am short, God forbid. Yet, do you know what happened when I stopped being a little pussy and started speaking to people, or at least made an attempt to speak to people? I befriended most of my class. I've met people, befriended people that I am certain I will die with, people that will be with me till the day I die. Why? Because I changed myself. Nobody owes me friendship. Nobody owes me relationships. But I owed myself to be better, to try to fix this problem. Of course, it didn't happen overnight, but I tried. I started speaking with people, a sentence a day, 2 sentences a day, making a compliment, trying to start a conversation with someone. And people appreciate that. People are truly appreciative of that. You making it the first step. Yes, it's not going to work every time. If you're in school, you're not going to be the first of friends with every single one of your classmates. God knows I wasn't. But you don't need that many people. You need one or two close, really close friends. But you're not going to meet them if you're not going to start doing something. You are lonely. Yes, you are. But it wasn't society's fault. It wasn't women. It wasn't society, it wasn't social media, it wasn't YouTube, it wasn't Twitter, it wasn't the place you're living in, it wasn't the way you look like. It's you. You decided to exclude yourself. You decided to stay in your house, do nothing, pretty much say nothing all day long, go to school, stay in your corner, look nobody in the eyes, say no words unless spoken to, go back home and repeat that same cycle. You decided to not go out. You decided to not speak to that stranger that might look interesting. You decided to not go to places that you have interest in and finding people with that same interest. Nowadays there are so many little places like board game shops, anime conventions, video game stores. There are so many places that you can meet people that have your exact same interest, yet you refuse to go there. And you want me to feel bad that you feel lonely? That you're some kind of made-up epidemic? It's not going to happen. You decided to be left behind. The world progressed and you decided to be in the past. But you know what? I believe in human progression. I believe that everyone can be better and you can too. Instead of trying to find reasons why you're lonely, start progressing. Start building yourself. Start talking to strangers. Even the simplest hello, how are you doing is good enough. Even the simplest thank you when you're going to the shop is enough. Even the simplest I like your hairstyle is enough. You are lonely. But you don't have to be lonely. There's plenty of opportunities to meeting new people nowadays. Use them. Next time you play Marvel Rivals or CSGO or Rainbow Six Siege or whatever, use the voice chat. Start making conversations. Next time you go out to a coffee, speak to the person in front of you online or behind you on the line. Next time you go to the shop, speak with the cashier. Say a sentence or two. They would appreciate it. And even if a person doesn't appreciate it, so what? Go to the next one. I am tired of seeing people patting themselves on the back, saying nothing can be done, saying everything is against them, that society is against them, that women are against them, that men are against them, that social media ruined humanity and the social aspect when it in fact did nothing but improve it. I am tired of seeing people blame everything on everything else instead of themselves. You can make 1.5 million excuses about how hard your life is and how you cannot do anything to fix it, but at the end of the day, deep down you know you can fix it. You just don't want to because you're lazy. Be better. Do something. Fix your life. I promise you, it's not as difficult as it seems. Or die alone. I'm just someone from Bulgaria, what do I care?